Brace yourselves, America. After 39 days of radio silence, our illustrious Vice President Kamala Harris is finally gracing us with her presence. But wait, there is a twist. She's bringing a sidekick, Tim Walz, because apparently facing the press alone is scarier than a constitution to a Democrat. Get ready for a verbal roller coaster that'll make your head spin faster than Kamala's poll numbers. And now, while we're on the subject of spin, let's talk about something that doesn't spin. I'm talking about gold. As we watch our leaders fumble through interviews, our economy's on shaky ground, but there is a safe haven, and it's shining brighter than ever. Gold prices have surged past $2,400 an ounce this year, and it's not just a trend, it's a warning. Our national debt is ballooning faster than Kamala's list of excuses, and that's why you need to call Global Gold Investments. That's the number on the screen, 888-700-4148. Give them a call now. Mention Next News, and you'll get a free portfolio analysis that'll make you feel more secure than Kamala with a teleprompter. Don't let inflation turn your savings into monopoly money. Invest in gold. It's the only thing you can count on when our leaders can't count at all. Okay. So, the memes are hot tonight. Yes, they are. The red-headed libertarian posting this beautiful meme. Kamala's finally doing her first interview with CNN's Dana Bash, and Tim Walz will be there. We'll be interviewing as a team. Yeah. It's because Kamala can't handle the heat. She can't go head-to-head. When she goes off the rails, what's she going to do? Tim Walz is going to jump in and save her, get her back on track, interrupt. So don't think that this is some kind of concession to the media who've been begging for her to do an interview or a press conference. No. This is a carefully crafted piece of propaganda. It's going out on CNN. The father, Paul Sperry, posting this, the father of CNN's Dana Bash, who will conduct Kamala's first press interview tomorrow night alongside her running mate, donated to Biden's erstwhile 2024 campaign. FEC records reveal Bash's parents contribute exclusively to the Democrats. Our good friend, Grand Old Memes, posting this, the first interview with Harris and Walz, and there is Walz, the emotional support puppy. Charlie Kirk asked the question, will Kamala get the questions in advance? Of course she will. That's the only way they're going to do this. Trump War Room weighing in. President Trump does no-holds-barred hour-long podcast with Theo Von, Sean Ryan, Dr. Phil, and Lex Friedman. Kamala Harris does one pre-taped interview with CNN with her VP by her side because she's incapable of speaking without a script. Who do you want sitting across from Xi Jinping as commander-in-chief? Oh, yeah, this whole thing. Oh, and she's getting roasted on CNN by some of these commentators. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Vice President, Democratic candidate. This is an extensive interview before the end of the month. That now is happening on CNN with our colleague Dana Bash, our anchor and chief political correspondent, down in Georgia. Harris and Walz are going on this bus tour starting tomorrow in Georgia. The interview will take place on Thursday. It will air as a primetime special at 9 p.m. Eastern here on CNN on Thursday. And as you noted, it is, of course, the first joint interview that the Democratic nominee and the vice president nominee are doing together. But it's also her first interview, the vice president, as the Democratic candidate. This is the first time she's going to take questions in a concerted effort like this, in an interview format, since Joe Biden 6 weeks ago upended this entire race by making that historic decision to bow out of his campaign, endorse his vice president, Kamala Harris, and that sent her on to these last 6 weeks here. And there are a lot of questions that have been lingering out there for her to answer as we go into this fall campaign.
Yeah. Will she answer them? She'll probably dance around them, but she's got her emotional support animal there. Kamala Harris dragged on CNN for weak sauce decision to bring Tim Walz to the first interview. Lack of confidence. Last night, CNN announced Kamala has mustered up the courage to sit for a joint interview after 39 days of hiding out from reporters. Scott Jennings, listen to this. Scott Jennings just dragged Kamala over bringing Tim Walz along for the interview. He says it's weak sauce for Kamala to bring along her running mate and soak up half the time. She can't even handle an interview herself. Listen to this.
The fact is the line now going to be, well, why isn't she doing it by herself?
Yeah, I do think people are going to bring that up. Look, I have great confidence in Dana and CNN to do this.
I don't.
I think it's incredibly weak sauce to show up with your running mate. The fact that they don't have enough confidence in her to let her sit herself, the actual top of the ticket, and do a single interview. In fact, I think the hand-wringing and the gyrations over this over the last month show a troubling lack of confidence in her political ability, which also makes you wonder as a voter, well, what kind of president would you be if this kind of a small-time decision, can we do an interview or not, what does that look like for your decision-making process, so on? So, yes, I think Republicans are going to think it's pretty weak to show up with effectively someone to take up half the time.
Yep, that's what's going to happen, taking up half of the time. Scott Jennings dragging her. And meanwhile, we got Crooked Joe just hanging out on the beach.
Kind of a back shot of the president there.
Joe Biden on vacation, not a care in the world. Just hanging out there, right there on the beach in Delaware. Yep. As the world burns around him. And J.D. Vance, listen to this.
Teleprompter, I've actually got thoughts. Ma'am, I don't need a teleprompter. I've actually got thoughts in my head, unlike Kamala Harris.
Yeah, Kamala Harris doesn't have thoughts in her head. She needs to have Tim Walz there to hold her hand. Dan Adams, Kamala Harris is a complete and utter joke. Her first sit-down interview won't be live. In 39 days, we'll have Tampon Tim sitting next to her to hold her hand and run interference when the eventual word salads rear its ugly head, and I'm supposed to vote for that? I'm not with her. Yeah. So that's what we got, folks. Oh, and then we had some cringe today. Kamala delivering some pure cringe. Listen to her speak to these high schoolers like they're toddlers.
Our country is counting on you. All of you. You are leaders. By the very fact that you all are here in this room, doing what you do at this incredible school, doing it as one big team, understanding all of the different parts that fit together to create a team. Our country.
Reporting alarming news.
Oh, man. Here's another cringe message.
And I will tell you, I was in band when I was your age.
I was in band.
So I know a little bit about, the coach knows about the players, right? And all that you all are doing, it requires a whole lot of rehearsal, a whole lot of practice.
Yeah, she got a lot of practice at band camp, didn't she?
Long hours, right? Sometimes you hit the note, sometimes you don't, right? But all that practice makes for beautiful music. And that is a metaphor, that is symbolic for everything that you all will do in your lives.
Oh, thank you for that cringe moment, Kamala Harris, but the real cringe is going to happen tomorrow. Now, you know what's going to happen. Because this is a taped interview. It's a pre-recorded interview. So they'll be able to edit out all the pieces that make her look stupid, all the gaffes, retakes. Or just watch the cuts. When you watch this interview, if you do, watch for the edits. Because I'm sure there will be quite a few. And count how many times that Walz has to jump in and save her from her nonsensical word salads. Making everyone wait 39 days and then she brings Walz alongside. It's like she's riding a bicycle with training wheels. And Walz is teaching her how to ride a bike. That's what we got. Just add this to the list of propaganda and staged events that this entire Kamala campaign has become. So as we eagerly await this interview spectacle, let's not forget what's really at stake. This is not just about Kamala's ability to string together a coherent sentence. It's about the future of our nation. Will she rise to the occasion? Or will this be another display of verbal gymnastics that leaves us all dizzy? One thing's for sure. In the game of political theater, Kamala Harris is giving us a front row seat to a show that we never asked for.